This video was created by VinylicPuma of VinylicPumaGaming.
Hey guys, so it was requested that I make a video on what I think are going to be the best armors for survival mode. As far as I know, since there haven't been any newly added mechanics to armor, I'm going to say that for the most part, the best armor is going to be essentially the same as it was before the 1.5 update patch for Fallout 4's survival mode. Even still, I figured I'd go ahead and give my opinions backed by some evidence of what I think are going to be the best power armor suits, as well as the best armor pieces for your characters for the new survival mode, and we would kind of go over some of their pros and cons. So let's go ahead here and we will discuss what I think is going to be the best power armor. Now, if we're talking about pure damage and energy resistance stats at the best weight possible, really the XO1 is going to be your best bet. This is because a full set of fully upgraded XO1 armor is going to weigh the same as a fully upgraded suit of both T45, T51, and T60. You're also getting better stats than the Raider power armor, which actually weighs a little bit more than the T45, T51, T60, and the XO1. Now, not only do you get better damage and energy resistance with the XO1 armor, but the XO1 armor is also the most durable of all of the power armor suits in Fallout 4. So essentially, this means that you're getting better protection overall with the XO1 armor, and you can also take more hits before one of your power armor pieces breaks. And to give you some idea, a non-upgraded XO1 armor suit weighs less and provides superior protection than a fully upgraded T45F power armor suit. Now, in terms of radiation resistance, all of the power armor suits are identical and provide the same 1050 radiation resistance with all of the pieces combined, regardless of whether you have T45F, XO1 Mark 1, T60C, or like T51D. It is worth mentioning that if you do have the lead power armor paint, you can boost your radiation resistance on your power armors, and this may actually be useful for the upcoming Far Harbor DLC that's going to come out. And maybe, if as far as the vanilla game goes, you may want the lead power armor paint when you enter the glowing sea in just the vanilla game. It's also worth weighing like the potential repair costs for all of the power armor suits that are available for you. As you go from like T45 to T51 to T60 to XO1, the repair costs get higher and the variety of items you need for repairs increases. I would say that if you want the best protection that requires really common crafting materials to repair your armor suit, then the T51 armor is going to be the way to go. Steel as a resource is extremely common throughout the game, and you can repair the arm, leg, and helmet T51 pieces with just steel. I would say this is pretty good, as these are the parts that are most likely to break when you take damage, where you don't really have to worry about repairing the torso as much. And another thing that's worth mentioning is that the T51 torso will require one circuitry and one aluminum to repair, and that's not going to be too hard for you to find if you're really low on both of those particular resources. Plus, if you're methodically moving throughout the map and slowly expanding and you're acquiring all of the settlements, you're going to have plenty of circuitry and aluminum to repair your T51 torsos. A full suit of T51F is roughly on par with a full suit of T60D in terms of damage resistance, and you will actually get better energy resistance than the T60D as well. So if you do use the T51F, you're better off using that than using a T60D armor. Now, obviously, once you get into like T60E or T60F, those are going to be better options than the T51F. As for power armor upgrades, I like calibrated leg pieces for better carry weight, and either the motion assisted servos the Stealth Boy or the Jetpack for the chest piece for power armor. I haven't tried the Medic Pump in survival mode, but it would also be good as long as it doesn't cause the suppressed immunity status effect, like it sometimes can happen when you just take a stim pack. Besides, our health regeneration rate from consumables is lower, so that may not be as viable. And really, I would say if you do need fast health regen for survival mode, just go ahead and learn how to craft and then drink refreshing beverages. Now, what power armor paint you choose will depend on your build most likely. The military paints are good for boosting strength, and both the Minutemen and Vault Tech paints are good for boosting charisma. I think the Hot Rod paints boost agility, and then I think the Railroad paint boosts perception, while the Institute paint boosts your intelligence. It's just worth mentioning that the Minutemen, the Brotherhood of Steel, and the Railroad and Institute paints are exclusive to only one specific type of armor. So to just wrap everything up as far as power armor is concerned, if you don't have a lot of resources early on and you can find a full set, go with the T51 armor. If you're rich and you've got all the items and you have everything, definitely use the X01 because that is going to be the best armor in the game. Now for non-power armor, I recommend armor pieces with specific clothing like vault suits, Brotherhood of Steel uniforms, or road leathers apparel. Road leathers provide the best damage resistance, however vault suits can be upgraded to have improved energy and radiation resistance. Even still, I would recommend that you just use power armor for better shielding against the radiation. As for armor pieces, it's going to be somewhat difficult for me to say since Far Harbor hasn't been released yet, but I'll say that you're either going to want the synth armor, the combat armor, or robot armor, as each has its own distinct advantages and disadvantages. Robot armor provides the best damage resistance, however it's extremely heavy. Synth armor provides the best energy resistance in the game and provides the better damage resistance than like traditional combat armor. However, it's relatively uncommon to find and it's somewhat heavy, just like the robot armor is, and that is partially why I would say that combat armor is going to be providing you with the best damage and energy resistance at the best weight possible and might just be the best choice. It's also worth mentioning that it provides an even damage and energy resistance stat. Now, when it comes to like armor helmets for non-power armor, I'm going to say that the synth field helmet is going to be your best bet, as it provides head, eyes, and full face protection, while the combat armor helmet only provides head protection. That said, you can wear glasses and face masks to boost your stats with combat armor helmets, where you can't do that at all with the synth field helmet. As for general upgrades for the standard armor pieces, I generally prefer upgrades that either make them lighter and boost your total action points, so like either the lighter or ultra light build for your armor pieces, or the pocketed upgrades which increase your carry weight, and those are also useful as well. One more thing before we go, for people that don't use power armor, you should get the Ballistic Weave upgrade, or the ability to perform Ballistic Weave upgrades on various apparel items, because in some cases you can wear like certain pieces of clothing where you can have a ballistic weave that will boost your defense, and then you can also wear armor pieces on top of that to further improve your defenses, and this is an extremely useful upgrade to some of your apparel. Anyway guys, I think that's going to pretty much wrap up this particular video. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments what you think. There are probably some things that I missed, but I would say for the most part, for power armor, go with the X01 or the T51, and then if you're non-power armor, try to ballistic weave the under apparel, and then wear a piece of armor or a piece of apparel that's going to allow you to equip all of the armor pieces that are possible. Anyway guys, take care and I'll see y'all next time.